Good morning, everyone. This is Bremster, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle from Ambrose called Ochrolechia? Ochrolechia, I think it is, which is apparently some form of mushroom or fungus. Yay! Everyone likes a good fungus sandwich. So, um, yeah, what else have we got going on? Not a lot, really. I have not been able to dedicate any real time to the packs. I need to do that with other people, and the times that I've been free, other people are in bed, and that's just the nature of being on the other side of a spinning globe in space. Um, so yeah, I'm still working. I've started to get some of the first results of the using the check pencil mark feature. There's a few people, about a quarter of people say never use it, but the most common responses are things like I don't care or use it, but give the setters or the testers the opportunity to say don't use it. On this one, I actually checked with Ambrose, and Ambrose went, "Yeah, this is not a scanning focus puzzle. Go right ahead." So I am using it on this one, which is great, and I'll try and include it in my submission guidelines that should I not use it for your puzzle. So anyway, let's have a look at this puzzle, shall we? So Ochrolechia by Ambrose. So what are the rules? The rules are standard, but this grid looks fairly Spartan. So normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have purple Renban lines. So along the Renban lines, and I'm seeing something already, but I'm not going to call it out until I'm solving. Along these Renban lines, they must contain a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. So for example, if this was a 4, I could not also put, I think, a 9 on this line because then, or even possibly an 8, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I could not even put an 8 on this line because these would need to be a consecutive run and I would need to put 5, 6, and 7 to connect the 4 and the 8. But I could, for example, go 7, 6, and 5, 5. 4, 5, 6, and 7 is a run of consecutive digits. The order does not matter. So that would be fine. Then we've got sandwich clues, which are something that is a quite a common constraint, but you don't see as often as you might think. And the way sandwich clues work are wherever the 1 and the 9 are in this column, sandwich, or in any of these columns or rows, sandwiched between them will be digits summing to the number outside the green. So outside the grid. So between the 1 and the 9 in this column will be digits summing to 9. In this column will be digits summing to 9. In this column will be digits summing to 5. In this row will be digits summing to 21. We do not know anything about the columns with no clues. It doesn't mean 0. It means we don't know anything about them. There could be anything or nothing between the digits 1 to 9. I am going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Now, the first thing I notice is these Renban lines are very conspicuously shaped, and I'm going to start with this one because I've got more information in the top of the grid, and setters tend to put the starting of the puzzle at the top. So, this is roped. And what do I mean by roped? So let's look at these digits here. Let's mark them as yellow. Where do these yellow digits go in box 2? Well, they cannot go in the same row, because that would break the rules of Sudoku, and they cannot go on the Renban line because that would break the rules of Renban. So any of this digit cannot go here and it cannot go on the Renban, so it has to be one of these 3. This digit cannot go here on the Renban, it must be one of these 3, and the same. This digit cannot be here, cannot be repeated on the Renban, so it must be one of those 3. So all of those 3 digits must appear in those cells. Now, once this has happened and you've got 2 runs of 3 digits that look like this, where they're run in 2 different rows in the same, this is called a band, then you can continue that logic. This cell is one of these 3, so it must be one of these 3. This cell is one of these 3, so it must be one of these 3. This cell is one of these 3, so it must be one of these 3. So you get this. And now you can just keep repeating that logic. As soon as you get 2 of them anywhere, you can actually do the whole thing. So my next question is, where do those 3 digits go in box 2? Well, they're not yellow because yellow is here and they can't repeat in the row. So there, and then in box 3, they can't be here. They're not yellow, so they're here. And those become, let's call it green, and these are blue. And I'm not sure, I don't know why someone called it roping, but to me it looks like a twisted rope. So when you get a rope, it's all twisted. So that's why I think it's roping. And we've got exactly the same down here, but I'm not going to do this one yet because this is a sandwich puzzle and I often like to color sandwich puzzles. So we'll see how we go. Now, what can I do with this roping? I don't know. Well, this is a 6-cell long Renban line. So if I start at 1, the very extreme, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would have 4, 5, and 6 on it. But if I started at 9 and went down, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, that still had 4, 5, and 6 on it. So there is no 4, 5, and 6 must appear on this line. So green cannot have 4, 5, or 6 on it. So green is from 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So does that matter here for this Renban? So these are from 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. And I know that is terrible pencil marking, but I just want to... Because this is a 4-cell long Renban. So it must have at least one middle digit on it. So there is a 4, a 5, or a 6 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 8, 7, 6. So there is a 4, 5, or 6 on here somewhere. Hang on. I was asking myself, could this be 5 with that 5 clue? But it could, because I could... Yeah, that's... This 5 clue is a bit weird, though. Because that means that the 1 and the 9 need to be fairly close together. But they can't be right next to each other. Hang on, there's no... Oh, but I could put 5 in yellow. So, for example, these are 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. But this is a 5 sandwich. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 9. Or I could go 9, 5. So the hang on, these have to be the same. These are either 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9. No, that's... No, I'm not sure about that. No, I'm not sure about that. Sorry, I'm trying to see how this interacts. But I could put 1 and 9 on here if this didn't start with 1 or 9. But if I put 1 or 9 in here, like if this... What if I went 1, 2, 3, 9 and started this on 3? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wouldn't get to 9. So what if I went 1, 5, 9? Then, hang on, if I went 1, 5, 9, then 9 is in yellow. I need to put, right, this can't contain the whole clue. So 1 or 9 must be on this, which means this is either 1 through 9. I can't put both of the crusts in yellow because of this 5 clue. In green, sorry. You know, the yellow that is actually green. I can't put both of the crusts in green. One of the crusts has to be in yellow. So this is an extreme Renban. It's either 1 through 6 or 4 through 9. Which means 4, 5, and 6 is on the Renban. Four, 5, and 6 is on the Renban. Oh, this is tricky. 4, 5, and 6 is on the Renban. But this could still go 1, 2, 3, 9. Or 9, 2, 3, 1. Or even 9, 5, 1. But hang on, if this is extreme, this is also extreme. So I am back at where I was. Because this is either 1 through... If this is 1 through 6, this is 7, 8, 9. And if this is 9 through... 4, then this is 1, 2, 3. So these are all either 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9. Wait a minute. This is nuts. If these are 1, 2, 3, what happens here? This has to be 2, 3, 4, 5. But if these are 7, 8, 9, what happens here? These are 8, 7, 6, 5. There must be a 5 in there. Because if I put a 9 on here, I'm not getting down here. Because if this is 7, 8, 9, and I put the 9 on here, I'd have to put the 7 on this Renban. So this is either, with this 1, 2, 3, this is either 2, 3, 4, 5 or 8, 7, 6, 5. There's no 1 or 9 in here. This is the 1 or 9. But this is 4, 5. Now I can't colour. How am I going to do this? How do I want to mark that as a crust? I know. I'm going to use the pen tool. There you go. That's a crust. Now, how... Because this still has options. Now, I can't use 5 anymore, but I could go 1, 2, 3, 9 or 9, 2, 3, 1. So it hasn't told me whether this is 1, 2, 3 or 7, 8, 9. But that's a crust. So this has 5 clue has to be completed. And there's only 2 ways of doing 5 in a sandwich clue, because I can't use 1 in the clue. So if it's a 1-cell clue, it's a 5. If it's a 2-cell clue, it's 2, 3. But I can't use a 5 there because 5 is forced onto this by this Renban. So this has to be a 2, 3. And that puts 2, 3 on yellow. Which means, because this line has to be extreme, this line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means green is 7, 8, 9. This is nuts. And now we've got 9 here, but we need to complete the 5 clue. If I put the 9 here in either of those, I immediately blow the 5 clue out of the water by the time I reach the 1. So that's the 9. Those are not the 9. And now I need to make this 5 clue, and I can't use the 5. So this becomes 2, 3, and this becomes the 1. And now this is 4 or 6. And I've got all of the roping done. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. How? This is a 1, which is a crust. Whoops. And now I'm going to use my colors, not lines. I'm going to use my colors, and I'm going to do the same roping marking down the bottom, hoping... I'm going to do the blue off the line, actually. So let's get that one as yellow, do this one as green, which would be that one and that one, and I'll do that one as blue. I don't think I was picking up the top. Now, that's the 5. This can't be a 1, because if this is a 1, this clue is a 0. Now this... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've done this clue. And I've done this clue. Now this is a 3 clue. So it either is going to go 3, 9 or 3, 9. It's the only way to make up a 3 clue. This 9 clue. Now, I can't... 9 can only be done in 2 or 3. I can't do 9 in 4 because the minimum for 4 would be 1, 2, 3, and well, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in this case, which is way above 9. I can't put 1 here. So this has to be the 1. And I'm doing 9 in 2. So this is the 1 and is a crust. Now, these have to sum to 9, which is completely maximum. This is the 3, this is the 6. No 3, no 6. That puts 1 in one of those 2 cells. This needs to be a 5. Is that where I'm looking now? I still could go 1, 5, 9 and then put a 3 there, I think. Hmm. Oh, wait a minute. I know this is 7865. There's no 4 in there. So this is the 4. 999 is in one of those. 1 is in one of those. Nine is in one of those two. Oh, it's this 10 clue. This 10 clue is right there. If this is a 9, then before I could even get to a 1, I've got 15. This is not a 9. If this is a 9, if this is a 9, then the maximum I could put in before I get to a 1 is a 5. This is not a 9. This is a 9. I completely missed that 10 clue. So that is a 9. Now I need to get to 10 before I get to 1. If the 1 is here, I've got 5, and then I'd had to add at least 10. It's not 7, so this is the 1. Marking that was a mistake, but also accidentally correct. Let me put the 1 in. That's the 1. This is not the 1. These now have to sum to 10, which could go either way. But this is a 1, which means I don't have a 1, which means 1 is down here somewhere. I could potentially go 159, which would put 9 in here somewhere. 1593 could still work. Now, if this is a 1, because I can't do 9 in 1 because it would have to be a 9. If I do 9 in 2, that's fine. If I do 9 in 3, it's 2, 3, 4, and I don't have 2 or 3 available. So that's the 1, and this is not the 1, and that becomes crust, which puts 1 down here somewhere. Hang on, this can't be a 9 anymore. So this can't go 139 in this direction. This is 3, this is 9, this is 2, this is 3, this is 2. And that is crust. So now I've got to do 5, and I can't do 5 going up because I can't do 2, 3. The 1 is down here, so it's got to be down here, and I can't do 2, 3. So this is 5, 1. These are not the 1. This is not the 1. This is crust. So what other clues are done? I've done the 3 clue. This 3 is huge. That's a 7. That's an 8. This 10 clue is now done. The 5 clue is done. This 5 clue is done. This 9 clue is not. This 9 clue is. I haven't done any of those, but this is a 10 clue. That's got to be important. Now, 10 in 1 is not possible. 10 in 2 is not possible. 10 in 3, 10 in 2 is possible. 10 in 3, this has to be a 9. So I can't do 10 in 0. 10 in 1 is not possible, even if there wasn't a 9 there. 10 in 2 is possible, so that's possible for a 9. So that is one possibility for a 9. Can't put a 9 there because of the column. And if I put a 9 here, I'd have to do 10 in 4. And the only way to do that is 1, 2, 3, 4. And because this is a sandwich puzzle, I don't have that available. That's not the 9. That's the 9. Which is crust. And these are 10. I can't use 1, 9. I could use 2, 8. I can't use 3, 7. So it's 2, 8 or 4, 6. One is in green, so it's not there. One has to be in those, but one is not in yellow. So that's the one, which makes this Renban forced. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's no 8 in green. There's no 3, 6 there, but So if there's no 8 there, there's no 2 there, and this 10 clue is now done. That's not This is a 4, 6, which takes 4 and 6 out of those. This is yellow is 2, 3, 5, which if I'd looked, is fully resolved over here. Green is 1, 4, 6. Which, wow, okay. And that means blue is known as well. Blue is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So that's 8, that's 7. This is 7, 8, and this is 7, 8, 9. And these are 2, 3, 5. And the colouring is all done down there. This 5 is looking up, making that 6 and that 5, which looks down, making that 4 and that 6. This is now 7 or 8 for the column. This is a 21 clue. And that is crust. And 1 is in one of those two. If 1 was at the end, this... So with a sandwich clue, you've got an entire row of a Sudoku equals 45. You take the crusts out, which sum to 10, you've got 35. So the outies on the sandwich, the digits that are not in between the sandwich within the row or column, have to sum to the 35 minus the clue. So the outies on this sandwich have to sum to 35 minus 21, which is 14. So if the 1 was here, this would have to be a 14, and it can't be. So the 1 has to be here. This is a 6. 6 plus what is 14? That's the 8, and that's the 7. This is stunningly good. This is the 2, this is the 1. This 8 had made that 7 and that 8. This column is all but complete. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not 4. Okay, that was bad scanning, but at least I didn't make the mistake. It's 6. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. Apparently, yeah, there's no 2 there. Okay. So I still haven't done this 5 clue, but if this is the crust, and if it was 1, 4, I'd need another 1. So this is 1, 5, 9, making that 4. There's no 5 there, there's no 9 there, which makes that the 9, and I can mark some more crusts. Crust. Can I do Sudoku to finish now? Yeah, that's crust. So I've got 1, 9, 1, 9, 1, 9, 1, 9, 1, 9, 1, 9, 1, 9, 1, 9. So as soon as I place 9 in this box in that cell, 9, 9, yes, that's the 9, and that is the last crust. So that clue is done. That clue is not. That clue is done because I've done the outies. So all I've got left is this clue, this 9 clue in the center, and I'm done with the sandwich clues. What can I tell about that? It can't be 1, 8. So what are the possibilities? I can't use 1 8. I could use 2 7, 3 6, or 4 5. Except I have to put a 7 in it by Sudoku. That's 2 7. And the order is no. Oh, this is stunning. 4 7. This becomes the 3. This becomes the 2. That makes this 5 3 and 2, which takes 5 out of there. This is just beautiful. And now the final sandwich clue is done. And now we're just down to Sudoku. Talk about beautiful. That break in, though, that was hard. So this is a triple: 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. So this is the 5. These are 3 and 8. There's no 5 there. So this column just needs 4 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 4 and 6. Okay, that's not jumping out at me. There's a 7, 8 pair in this column. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these are 2, 3, and 4, and there's a 2, 3 there. So that's the 4, that's the 6, that's the 4, that's the 6, that's the 5, that's the 4, that's the 6. So what did I end up with again? This is 2 or 3, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, this is 2 or 3. This row maybe? 5, 7, 8. Well, there's a 5, 7 there. So this becomes the 8, this becomes the 3, this becomes the 8, this becomes the 7, this becomes the 8, this becomes the 7, this becomes the 8. This is the 6 for a while now. And I don't even remember what I was scanning. Let's do this box. 1, 2, 3, 4. This row needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. And there's a 7 there. So 5 and 7. This is 2, 3, and 6. So we've got 2, 3, 6, 3, 2, 5. That was beautiful. That break in. If I was rating the difficulty on this one, I would say that was a hard 3, maybe even 4 break in, followed by a really cool easy 3 puzzle. But that break in, man, it was beautiful and elegant, but hard to see. Very, very cool. Thank you, Ambrose, for sending that one in. I mean, what amazes me even more is, what was it? It was this 5 clue, this 5 clue, no, this 5 clue, this 5 clue, and those Renbans did all of that work. And then the rest of it was moderately good flow. Just worked down the grid like, fell down the grid like rain. But wow, that was bonkers. Oh, thank you very much. I hope everyone enjoyed that one. Yeah, really cool stuff. Hope you're enjoying the content on the channel. The poll about the check pencil marks is, I think, still running at this point. I will still accept comments and everything for a while, I'm sure. And as always, good luck with your solving.